Ah, is up. Yeah. You don't get it up. Yeah.
Écoutez! Abanya!
Statement by the Niger Delta Rescue Movement. We, the Niger Delta Rescue Movement, wish to express our deep concern regarding the recent development in Rivers State that threaten the smooth governance of our beloved state under the leadership of Governor Sinala Ifubara. It has come to our attention that certain individuals, self-proclaimed as lawmakers, have issued an unfounded 48 hours ultimatum to the governor to present 2025 state budget. This blatant attempt to destabilize the state is not only alarming but also a clear indication of a coordinated effort to incite chaos, potentially leading to call for a state of emergency and even impeachment. We call on President Bola Tinubu to intervene immediately and put a stop to the action of the FCT Minister, Yeso Wike, and his associates, who seem intent on dragging Rivers State into an avoidable crisis. The people of Rivers State desire stability, progress, and a conducive environment for governance. Furthermore, we must make it abundantly clear that the youth of Rivers State will not sit idly while our state is drawn into tumult. If the federal allocation due to Rivers State are not released promptly, we will have no choice but to take it decisively action. Make it include hitting oil production. We can't generate money to the federation account and not have our own share. Our workers deserve their salary. Our government needs the necessary resources to carry out essential development projects. We urge all non-indigenous in Rivers State to consider their safety and leave the state promptly. As the situation may escalate, we cherish the safety of all residents and hope for a peaceful resolution to this crisis. Enough is enough. We stand united for the right and future of Rivers State. We demand respect for our leaders and a focus on the development of our region. In solidarity, Niger Delta Rescue Movement.
While these militants with rusty AK-47s look very disorganized, they are not like the fierce-looking militants of the 2000s that held the Niger Delta region hostage. You still can't joke with armed men. They can do harm to the Nigerian economy. It's only equitable that when you take people's resources, you have to pay them their own percentage. The Constitution guarantees that Rivers people and all other oil-producing states must receive their allocation and 13% derivation fund. So you can't, after taking their resources, come back through the back door, through any judgment, whether politically motivated or constitutionally motivated, whatever. You can't come back through the back door again and stop that allocation from going to them. No, it's only equitable that they receive their allocation. Just like the man reading the statement said, many people in Rivers State depend on their salaries for survival. So cutting off federal allocations to Rivers State means a collective punishment on Rivers people. People who don't even know anything about the political fight for supremacy between Fubara and Wike. The Supreme Court judges decided to punish everyone in Rivers State just because of politics. The government of Rivers State is still the highest spender in every fiscal year. So when they spend that federal allocation, the money goes to all sectors of the economy of the state. So imagine cutting off that, what it will do, the kind of harm it will do to the Rivers State economy. And looking at the Supreme Court judgment, it looks like something that was hurriedly put up. Some lines contradict each other. And when you consider their final decision, it makes a mockery of the whole process. Also, some look like they were copied from an existing document, but we'll come back to that in a moment. This line here says, there must be a House of Assembly for any constitutional processes such as declaration of a seat vacant for defection therein to take place. Only the House can declare a seat vacant for defection and not the governor of a state. Not even the courts can do so. The claim that the 27 members are no longer members of the House on the basis of an alleged defection is a continuation of his determination to prevent them from participating in the proceedings of the House. The Supreme Court justices on one hand said that the governor and even the courts cannot declare a seat vacant. First, it wasn't the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, that declared their seats vacant. It was the new speaker that declared their seats vacant. Since they accept that only the House can declare a seat vacant, then it was done properly because a new speaker with few other members declared their seats vacant. You can argue that the Constitution doesn't envisage a situation where a speaker will decamp with other members, but a speaker remains a speaker. If a new speaker takes over from the speaker that decamped to another party, then the new speaker can declare seats vacant. That's how it's supposed to work. Now to the second issue with the judgment. The court said that even courts can't declare a seat vacant. By the statement, it means that all other times courts have declared seats of lawmakers vacant have become null and void. The court has overruled all the judgments. They can no longer be regarded as precedents in law. And looking at the logic, it means that if the courts don't have the power to declare seats vacant, they can't also determine if a lawmaker has lost his seat or not. Because losing of seat is a process that leads to the declaration that the seat is vacant. They can't eat their cake and have it. It's either the court has powers to declare seats vacant or not. They can't be saying they don't have powers to declare seats vacant on one hand. On the other hand, they want to retain the power to determine who has decamped or not. It doesn't make any sense. This is how the Constitution envisages that everything will work out in the House in case of defection. Forget about political and judicial meddling. If House members decamp to another party, the Speaker and the House will declare their seats vacant. And that declaration of vacancy automatically should trigger a by-election. All they need to do is just to write to INEC, and INEC will fix a date to conduct by-elections. That's how it's supposed to work. But in this case, INEC initially gave a posture that they wanted to conduct a by-election in these constituencies, but a court order prevented them from going forward. Now the Supreme Court has passed judgment declaring that these people never decamped. The reason they gave for taking that position was that they don't possess party membership cards of APC. So you see that technicality. Despite these men swearing to an affidavit that they decamped on national television, many things they did to show that they have moved to APC. The court now said, since you can't show Nigerians membership cards, that means you haven't decamped, you are still in PDP. Now to the document that it seems that some parts of Supreme Court judgment were copied from. When you look at this document, the agreement that Sim Fubara signed in Aso Rock with Wike and his group, when Tinubu intervened, at that time he wanted to use a political solution to solve an already legal matter at the time because the governor had already gone to court to seek a declaration on the status of the 27 lawmakers who decamped to APC. The agreement was that the governor must withdraw all pending suits in court, which he did, by the way. When you look at paragraphs in this agreement that Sim Fubara signed with Wike's group, you will see a striking resemblance with the Supreme Court judgment. So how in the world, what a coincidence, that text in the agreement they signed ended up being in the Supreme Court judgment. The paragraph C says, the governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, shall represent the state budget to a properly constituted Rivers State House of Assembly. This was in the Supreme Court judgment. Number 7 says, the names of all commissioners in the Rivers State Executive Council who resigned their appointments because of the political crisis in the state should be resubmitted to the House of Assembly for approval. The House just declared that they have sacked all commissioners and political appointees. They don't have the power of a governor. It's only the governor that can sack commissioners. So what is going on here is that it is clear that a few people are trying to use the judiciary to achieve their political dreams. That's what it means. Wike wants all his men back in power. Remember, most of the commissioners that resigned at that time the political crisis started were all nominated by Wike. So he wants them to be represented so that the House will approve them. They will get back into the cabinet, and with his men back in the Rivers State House of Assembly, he will now regain full control of the Rivers State government, except the governor himself, Sim Fubara, of course. So if care is not taken, these politically motivated judgments might push Nigeria to the precipice. If these militants go through with their threats, that means we'll witness serious instability in the Niger Delta. Violence is never a way to solve any problem, especially political problems. But also there's a saying, people who make peaceful resolution impossible make violent resolution inevitable. Nevertheless, people shouldn't fall for it. They should protest peacefully rather than going the violent way. They can protest in Port Harcourt and other parts of the Niger Delta to show solidarity to Rivers people. This will always be better than going violent, because at the end of the day, we all suffer for it. Thanks for watching.